Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Christopher Brantley. After 2 weeks of national conventions, the Republican Party of Sarasota is set out to remind voters today they need to switch gears for several local elections coming up soon. ABC 7's Adam Cellini has more on their candidate rally and their first straw poll ever. Adam?
Suncoast Republicans have just 1 month before one of the busiest local primaries in recent history. But one race in particular took center stage at Roberts Arena. When John Wallace strolled into Roberts Arena, he was surprised to find over 800 other Republicans on a Saturday afternoon.
I think the whole Republican Party needs a lot of support to make changes in this country, which I think are very, very much needed, and it starts at the local level. A candidate rally hosted by the Republican Party of Sarasota featured every local primary race from U.S. Congress to the Sarasota County Hospital Board, including a straw poll to see where everyone stands.
We wanted to have a little bit of fun. We've got more primaries this year than we've had in a very long time. So it's a way to have a little bit of fun, keep things, make it exciting, see how the races are going to be for August 30th.
Some of those races, like the Florida Senate, have up to 5 prominent local figures vying for the same office.
It's hard to make a decision. They're all conservatives, so we get the chance to meet them while we're here.
The highlight, however, was an appearance by Marco Rubio, who asked voters to stand behind the party against Hillary Clinton, bashing last week's convention in Philadelphia.
It was a disaster. They're a divided party, riots in the streets. It's not good.
It was the first time Rubio and his U.S. Senate opponent, local businessman Carlos Baruf, have been in the same room this campaign, and Baruf wasted no time attacking the incumbent.
Mr. Rubio has been here for 6 years and has done nothing in business, and all I did was talk, I'd be broke.
The straw poll results had Rubio ahead 15 percentage points on Baruf's home turf, but the millionaire remains confident in the final month.
He's just an opponent, and he's a weak opponent because he has a record. The only thing is that everybody knows his name, but if they knew his records, there wouldn't be a race.
And in another heated race, the one for Nancy Dietert's state Senate seat, Greg Stubbe, Doug Holder, and Ray Pilon finished 1, 2, and 3 in the straw poll results. Back to you.
All right, Adam, thank you so much. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is investigating a death tonight at Dakin Dairy Farms. The farm is located on Mobley Pond Lane in Mayaca City. Deputies responded to the call that was for a man unconscious in his truck. When deputies arrived to the scene and found the man awake, he began swinging a broken fence pole at them. He also admitted to using meth. Law enforcement was able to restrain the man. The man went unconscious while in the ambulance. He later died at the hospital. The man's identity has not yet been released. His death is still under investigation, but investigators believe his cause of death was an overdose. And children and teens from the Diocese of Venice are in Europe this week for World Youth Day. 143 of them made the journey to Poland. An estimated 2 million people have descended on Krakow for the event, which runs through Sunday. Some of the travelers hope to bring what they have learned back to the States.
This is the universal church that I'm with. I'm not alone in my faith, and I'm going to go home, and life's going to be on me.
Pope Francis is also in Poland for the event. He is continuing his trip with a visit to the Shrine of Divine Mercy in Krakow. Today, he's holding a mass with Polish priests, religious leaders, and seminarians at a shrine to Pope John Paul II. And we had some severe weather earlier, but it seems to have cleared up. Let's head over to Steve Newman for a first check on our weather. Steve?
Yeah, Christopher, late this afternoon we had a severe thunderstorm warning in far eastern Manatee County and parts of Hardee County with a lot of lightning, but that has all calmed down. We were worried about a sea breeze front coming in from the Atlantic. We can see it's pretty much broken apart, and there's just one tiny little cell left just in northwestern Hardee County to the west of Wauchula. Other than that, it's clear sailing for the rest of the night. Our high this afternoon, it was a warm one, 93 with the feel-like index of 103, last night's low 79. And our forecast for the overnight hours shows that our chance of rain is virtually nil, but look what happens about 10 or 11 o'clock, up to 40% for tomorrow afternoon. The complete forecast and tropical weather outlook, which we have stuff to talk about, coming up in a little bit. Christopher?
All right, Steve, thank you so much. And teens from across the state are on the Suncoast for the Greatest Beyond Measure Teen Summit. This is the 8th year for the event at Ringling College. It's also an internship and college expo, teaching the teens the importance of leadership and empowerment. The teens heard from inspirational speakers like BET host Farnsworth Bentley and BMW executive Kimberly Bears. Their presence taught the teen powerful lessons which can be used every day.
I learned about the social media class and that you shouldn't put everything on your page because you don't know what's out there, or about the dangerous people like Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook.
The goal of the summit is to help teens and young adults realize their maximum potential. The summit continues tomorrow at Ringling College. Both teens and adults are encouraged to attend. And the Big Red Bus made a stop at the Landing Shopping Center today. As familiar as its need, the bus is a mobile blood bank. Many of the donors were shoppers out and about. All blood types were recommended and appreciated, and your donation can save a life.
I think it's our duty as citizens, and I've been doing it since I was a teenager, and it's just something our family's always done.
One Blood has stopped taking donations in parts of South Florida over concerns about the Zika virus. Yesterday, One Blood began testing all of their donations to make sure Zika is not transferred. And it was a chilly fundraiser for the Sarasota Police Foundation today at Evie's Tavern on Bee Ridge. The tavern partnered with the Sarasota Beer Box, a mobile beer catering service. They bring their own refrigerator with them, and that's what the Beer Box general manager locked himself inside for what they're calling a lockathon. He was inside the 39-degree box for as long as he could stand it. Donations were accepted based on the manager's ability to stay in the box.
We want to let all the police, men and women in this town know that we appreciate what they do. With all the craziness going on in the world, we want them to know that they have advocates in a lot of people.
Donations and proceeds from the merchandise sales will go directly towards the Sarasota Police Foundation. And it's the dog days of summer, and if you want to get in on the action, Burns Court was the place to be today. A fundraiser taking place in the historical district for the Big Dog Ranch Rescue. The event was full of shopping for your pups and shopping for a new pup. There were adorable four-legged friends all over the place waiting to find their forever home.
Today's event is a huge opportunity to get some of our dogs needing wonderful homes exposure. Come out and meet people so people can not just see a photograph on our website or Facebook, but really be able to interact with the dogs and understand how great and wonderful they are.
The group hopes to make the fundraiser an annual event. And still to come here on ABC7, traveling on the campaign trail, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton head to Florida in the fight for the votes from the Sunshine State.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Civic for $174 and no down payment, just $174. Get great clearance deals now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better eater.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
Dog days of summer got you down? Beat the heat with huge summer savings during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $18,599. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
You know what scares me? No electricity. Yeah, when this magical box suddenly stops working, I call the pros at Mr. Sparky and they send a superhero to save the day. How's it going, Pablo?
It's going great, Mike.
Pablo possesses amazing skill. He can perform incredible feats at blinding speed. Superhero!
Couldn't have done it without you.
Modest, too.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Just to be clear, I don't live here.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Accord for $189 and no down payment. Just $189 or 0.9% APR. Get great clearance deals now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Well, two major presidential campaigns are heading to Florida. Donald Trump's team announced they will be stopping at Daytona Beach and Jacksonville on Wednesday. Clinton's campaign announced vice presidential nominee Tim Kaine is scheduled to visit Volusia County on Tuesday. Florida is considered a battleground state for the presidential election. Recent polls have shown the race is tight between Clinton and Trump in Florida, and no word yet if they plan to visit the Suncoast anytime soon. And in the skies over Texas today, the worst air balloon accident in the nation's history. 16 people, including the pilot, died when the aircraft grazed power lines and plummeted to the ground. ABC's Christine Dobney reports from Texas.
A summer morning's flight of fancy crashes to earth in flames, killing all aboard.
You could see all their heads and like they were, lots of people in there.
Well, first I heard a whoosh, like a whooshing sound, and then it just a big ball of fire up.
The hot air balloon plunging into this remote field 30 miles outside Austin, Texas, after hitting power lines and bursting into a fireball.
Need you en route to a vehicle that's fully engulfed in flames.
All over so suddenly, no one could help.
The popping sound was the balloon connecting with the electric lines. Then by the time I turned and saw the fireball go up, the basket was on the ground.
It was a large balloon, 8,500 cubic meters, able to carry 16 people. That size balloon carrying that much weight takes a bit more time to rise or descend. The balloon was operated by Heart of Texas Hot Air Balloon Rides. The company is owned by Skip Nichols, who regularly celebrated his love of flying on Facebook. Power lines are an occupational hazard.
If you're trying to land the basket or land the balloon near a road, it's oftentimes going to require you to either skip over or land close to high tension power lines.
Now the NTSB begins its grim task.
This will be a difficult site for us to work through.
But they are already on the ground. A full team of 13 investigators from the NTSB will be here by Sunday, trying to find answers for the loved ones of 16 victims of tragedy. Christine Dobbin for ABC News, Lockhart, Texas.
An absolutely terrible story. Thank you so much. And let's switch gears a little bit and head over to Steve Newman. We got the tropics heating up.
We certainly do, and we broke a record in the Gulf of Mexico. It has never gone this long in the Gulf of Mexico without a tropical storm or a hurricane. And we'll give you all that information in a minute. But let's take a look at our Lakewood Ranch Cam, which was the closest one to the passing storms, that severe weather we had up toward Wauchula and Ona earlier today. And you can see them out in the distance. And then skies cleared or partly cloudy for a nice sunset across the Suncoast. Hope you got outside and enjoyed it. Currently at the airport, it is 80 degrees, feels about 88. Our dew point is 73 with a southeast wind at 9 miles an hour. Across the state, those areas that got some rain cooled off a little bit. Tampa was not one of those areas, so they're still 84, but Fort Myers did 75, Miami 83. In our viewing area, again, things cooled off into the 70s in some areas in the heart of the viewing area, but the residual heat of the ground has warmed it back up. Right now, 85 at Longboat Key, Siesta 83. Across the state, our radars are sweeping and not finding much, although it did look menacing with that sea breeze front from the Atlantic approaching us, but it kind of dissipated just on our doorstep, and there's only one little shower left as we looked at earlier. Well, here we go. We broke a record today, 1,048 days since we had a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. The previous record was Ingrid, set back in 2013 was the last hurricane we had. The old record goes back to between 1929 and 1932. And as far as Florida goes, look how many days it's been since we've had a hurricane. Our luck cannot hold out forever, so we need to keep our preparedness going. Now, looking at the tropical weather outlook across the Atlantic, there's really one weak tropical wave that blew off the Atlantic that held together a little bit, but conditions are very unfavorable for tropical storm development over the Atlantic, but not necessarily the Caribbean. Now we have another wave. It's stronger, 60% chance of it developing in the next 5 days. In the next 2 days, only a 30% chance as it moves into the Caribbean. There's no central circulation at this point, but once it passes into the Caribbean, this is what the spaghetti plot models look like. And more and more coming into line with it staying over the Caribbean. The model runs this evening, going over the Yucatan Peninsula and possibly becoming tropical storm or Hurricane Earl next weekend. Well, across the nation, we've had some severe weather up in the northern plains and some rough weather in the northeast, but our weather is controlled by high pressure from the Atlantic right over the Gulf, and it's keeping only subtle changes day to day in our rainfall pattern. Tomorrow late in the day, there's some storms coming out, but Monday, it looks like they'll be more scattered, and any storms that do develop may head eastward toward the Atlantic, leaving us generally free with only about a 30% chance of storms on Monday. If you're heading out tomorrow on the water, look for winds southerly 10 knots, seas 2 feet or less. Bay and inland waters will have a light chop. Our temperature at the beach tomorrow, 89, water temperature 90. Here's my forecast for the rest of tonight. Look for partly cloudy skies tomorrow with a 40% chance of storms, high temperature 90. And here's your 7-day outlook showing that we have a 20% on Monday after a 40% tomorrow. A little dry air is filtering into the state. It'll only last about a day. And then we're going to pop back up to our seasonal average of 40 to 50% on a day-to-day basis right on for the rest of the week. Now, that tropical disturbance coming into the Caribbean will not have any effect on us, maybe a little breezier, but don't look for it to be a threat to us at all. Of course, we'll be keeping it posted all weekend and next week in our weather office. And that's our weather, Christopher.
All right, Steve, thank you so much. Sports is next when we come back.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
It's time to get ready for our next social season. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, get your calendars out. Sarasota Society photographer Cliff Rolls is with us to preview upcoming big events, and style maven Sally Schul knows what to wear. 2 Sarasota singers tied the knot. They're here to tell us about their honeymoon tour. Plus, I talked to Bravo's Andy Cohen and Sif Bakehouse in the kitchen.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Music on Main at Lakewood Ranch. If you haven't been, come on out and see what you've been missing. The first Friday of every month, you can enjoy a free concert, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Catch up with friends, enjoy free activities for the kids, or make it date night. Whatever your pleasure, there's something for everyone at Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by these sponsors at ABC7. Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you. Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
Hi, I'm Ray Collins. A look back at the conventions. We covered you from Philadelphia and Cleveland, so now it's time to discuss the takeaways.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, it's all about getting more for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. Stop by to see our new state-of-the-art showroom today, and you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet, a new 2016 Subaru Forester, for just $229 a month. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Now, sports.
Well, the Yankees try to rebound tonight after losing back-to-back games to the Rays. Tampa Bay's Brad Miller hits it deep to center field for a solo home run. The top of the third, New York's Brett Gardner launches the pitch deep to right field. A two-run home run for the Yankees. The Rays' Kurt Caselli gets his 7th home run of the season in the bottom of the third. Kevin Kiermaier scores a run in the 7th, and Tim Beckman would extend the team's lead. Final score 6-3 Rays. The teams play again tomorrow afternoon in St. Pete. And coming off of 3 straight victories in Las Vegas and California, the U.S. basketball team had a strong fourth quarter in Chicago last night. The Americans used their strong athleticism to limit Venezuela to shooting a percentage just 24. A big victory for the U.S. with a final score of 80-45.
We're going to knock shots down. We got the best players in the world, best shooters in the world, best penetrators in the world. So, shots don't really matter to us. Just trying to find our rhythm and also play great defense, and I think that's what we've been doing this whole trip.
Team USA is preparing for Rio. They are training in Houston today and tomorrow and will take on Nigeria on Monday. And we're just days away from the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio de Janeiro. Rio is best seen from above, but if you're planning on partaking in one of the city's top tourism draws during the Olympics, think again. CNN's Arwa Damon takes us on one of the last flights before the ban.
Well, the hang glide is very popular in Rio de Janeiro and Brazil. The hang gliding is the best in the world.
And expert pilot Manuel Navarro is among the best in the biz here.
Our demand is about 45,000 a year. Is lots of flights.
Good luck.
The black was better? Or? All right. You'll be all right. Okay? You'll be all right.
I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I was a little nervous.
Okay, Asha, are you ready to run?
I'm ready to run.
I don't feel confident. Are you ready to run?
I'm ready to run.
Okay, 1, 2, go, run. Faster.
This is beautiful. The views from up here are unlike anything else. And the air is just so crisp and fresh. I love it. Yeah. And what makes this unique among hang gliding spots is its location, starting up in the forest, flying over a sprawling urban landscape and Rio's stunning coastline. It's one of the best ways to experience the city. It is a shame that people coming here for the Olympics would be able to experience. And that is because the Brazilian government is closing the airspace for the Olympic Games. It's a security measure. They did the same thing for the World Cup. But it's big bucks lost for the industry. Manuel says he understands why the city needs to take these precautions. So if you want to try it out, schedule it in before or after the games. I totally recommend it.
Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. Arwa Damon, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Just don't know if I'd do that. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Music on Main at Lakewood Ranch. If you haven't been, come on out and see what you've been missing. The first Friday of every month, you can enjoy a free concert, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Catch up with friends, enjoy free activities for the kids, or make it date night. Whatever your pleasure, there's something for everyone at Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by these sponsors at ABC 7.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
There were highs.
Never seen anything like this.
And some lows.
Protests erupting outside. There was a lot of anger. You had the WikiLeaks emails come out.
But when the Suncoast mattered most, no one covered it like ABC 7.
Over the next 4 days, we will be covering our local Suncoast delegation. There's a lot of excitement here. We're standing right where those Florida delegates will sit.
I talked to some Suncoast delegates.
We were right in the thick of that.
This convention's done a lot of good for everybody. ABC 7 News. We're here for you, Suncoast.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7.
I liked the Republican convention better. I did. I liked it better. I liked it better.
We took you to Cleveland and to Philadelphia. Now a look back at the highs and lows of both conventions. Hi, I'm Ray Collins. Don't miss our roundtable discussion about the two conventions in Philadelphia and Cleveland.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you. The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Well, this dog seems like a totally normal pit bull, but Hero is anything but normal. Hero saved a woman's life from a man attacking her. The attacker then stabbed Hero 5 times. Officers arrived to the scene. He was taken to a local vet where he almost died twice during surgery, but he survived. Carla Welch heard about Hero's story, paid for his medical bills, and is helping him find a forever home. His body now shows that he has scars which reflect his strength, and his name, Hero, is incredibly apropos, I have to say. I love that. Well, we haven't had a hurricane here in a while.
A long time. We showed the record. We broke a record in the Gulf. The last time we had a hurricane in Florida, there was no Facebook. There was no Twitter. And to be on Facebook, you had to be a college student with an email address. That's been a long time.
Quite a while. So what do we got going the next couple of days?
Looks like we'll have a 30% chance, a 40% chance of showers tomorrow, down to 20 on Monday, but it bounces back. It's summertime on the Suncoast.
Absolutely. We'll see some rain. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Good night from all of us.